telling you today that no longer are we looking at the signs of the end times as something that may happen in the future, but we're watching them happen right before our very eyes. But people mock that and they say, well, there's always been persecution. You know, they were killing Christians back in the day. There's always been earthquakes. There's always been wars. They say, you can say these are signs, but they've always been happening. So what are you talking about? Well, let's look at it. There's a scripture that actually addresses this in the Bible, 2 Peter 3:3-4. It's specifically addressed. If you talk to somebody that doubts your faith and you bring up Jesus is coming, or even Christians, there are some Christians, quote unquote, that either believe he already came, or they believe in the Bible's principles, but they don't believe in this actual return of Jesus Christ. Most importantly, I want to remind you that in the last days, scoffers will come. That is mockers. That's people that look at it and like, psst, like, really, you're crazy. They scoff at what you believe. Scoffers will come mocking the truth and following their own desires. They will say, what happened to the promise that Jesus is coming again? You've been saying he's been coming forever. How many of you have heard that? They were saying Jesus is coming again when I was 5 years old in kids' church, and now I'm 82. And he ain't come yet. We say, from before the times of our ancestors, everything has remained the same. Has everything remained the same since the world was first created? Think about this. Things were basically the same for thousands of years. Horses and chariots were commonplace in Bible days. All the way up until some of the late 1800s and the 1900s, things start changing. Knowledge increased, just like the Bible said it would, because Jesus is coming soon. It was basically the same for a long time. There was no electricity back then, but then electricity came, technology came, computers, the internet, airplanes. You can travel to and fro like the Bible talks about prophetically. Things like that started. You have AI that is just blowing up everything and increasingly speeding up the speed that everything can get out there to you, information and knowledge and things getting done through artificial intelligence. All that started rapidly increasing really in the last 100 years or so, maybe a little bit more than that, but especially since Israel became a nation. When Israel became a nation again in 1948, the prophecy that Jesus gave about the fig tree that many people scoffed at for years, really because they couldn't figure it out, because Israel had been in exile since basically like 600 BC. No Israel since then. Everything started increasing. Think about it. Did it stay the same? Everything remained the same. That's what they were saying back then, but it hasn't. It's rapidly, drastically increased.